All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Kansas City Chiefs. This fielded at the 2. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10.
Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A gain of 6 there on first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be third and about the length of the football.
Leopard!
Look at this, a tight end carry. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
Back to throw now on first down. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opened things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where he, their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And an alley to run. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney.
Now Hunt. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was. And
he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Butker now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Here's Kenny. That's complete to John Ross. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Detroit! Detroit!
And they'll run it here. Down right around the 25. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit! Action now, Barney! Barney!
They'll set up a throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. In for the score. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started. All even as the kick's away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Now a play fake here on first down. Pass incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll drop to throw. And able to find Conley. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
They'll set up to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll look to throw here. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Here's Hunt. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Now let's go. Green 39.
They'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now, the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Green 39.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now let's go. 319. 319. Gone.
Back to throw here. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up. No balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that part. I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. And on the ground they go with a running back. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Lucky 56. Hot.
And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Boy, Brandon, that's what I'd call an ill-advised pass right there on 3rd down. I mean, you just need a yard or 2 to keep the drive going. Instead, he's trying to hit a home run. You've got to really like your chances if you're going to take a shot like that.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it's a 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They're going to look to throw. And he gets this one across midfield for the 1st down to the 46. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this 1st half.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Gardner. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, a 22.
Nice job, nice patience right there. Put him on the right side, let him work his way across, put the ball in his hands, and let him work his way upfield with a catch.
This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this 1st half. He's got it 1st and 10. Back to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
They run with Hunt. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This a 33-yard attempt. And the kick by Butker is good. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
He'll look to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now back to throw, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
Looking to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments and doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hunt. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This is Hunt. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
All right, here we go. Blue
to throw now on 2nd and 10. Forced out to his left. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. And the big boy, dare I say, he showed some athleticism there.
Oh, without a doubt. And you know what else we saw on that play? Why they do more and more ball drills in practice. They want everyone proficient with catching the football and being comfortable, because you never know when a big play like this will happen for a big man.
Now, post-game locker room, does he get an extra drumstick?
He was going to get that anyway. He may get the whole spread now.
Yeah, put some gravy on there. This fielded at the 2. And now here comes Kansas City. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told him, they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
But I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Got him right back in the saddle and said, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Second and 10 now from the 27.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue line it. Blue line.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Now let's go. 319. 319.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty, because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is, because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go now. Blue line it. Blue line it.
Eluding the pressure right. Now the ball comes loose. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So it should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll go on the ground. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. And they'll go ground game here to the tailback. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. We're back now in KC. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, one-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick six.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 44 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. McConnell's got it over the middle. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Green 39. Green 39.
On 3rd down, it's Hunt. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Flushed out right. And he slides to avoid the hit. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I like his effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down.
Blue 90. Blue 90.
They run for it with Hunt. And he will have the 1st down before he's brought down at the 3. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors they have to look at to try and help out. But you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. Well, they had to take one final shot at the end zone, but now things are looking really bleak.
And I agree with that totally. You had to take the shot if they did score. You know, whether you call it a miracle or not, you line up, onside kick, get the ball back, throw one more in the end zone, who knows? Had to take the chance, it just was unsuccessful.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Going deep downfield for Ross. It got his man complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. 83 yards. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Gone!
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They'll set up a throw. He's going to let it fly. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Bucs, their playoff chances take an uptick as they move to 7-4. And they will head home next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.